So we're going to go through the Crosman, Summit Ranger, some of the pellets real quick. So these are that group. These are this group. These are this group. These are all offhand real quick. I can do better with all of them. But yeah, this is a pretty good base example. Freehand, quick shooting, just blinking fun. So these are 9.68. These, I believe, are actually, what are they? JSB RS, probably bottom barrel, because, yeah, they're really random sized. But with these, when they were in the round nose, these were the best. Dirty pellets, but every 177 caliber gun I had shot these like that. So this is just a quick thing about the pellets that I've got that I like the best for groups. I have others that are fairly accurate, like these do pretty well. These will do that type of group, like that kind of, basically. These also do tend to shoot extremely well out of every gun, or at least compared to like these. Obviously, big surprise. I mean, you know, quality. But this, the higher grain, the 9 point whatever grain in Winchester, the Magnum series, were just fantastic. They're dirty as heck, produced in China, but they're all just accurate out of every gun. So unfortunately they switched over to these turds right here, and I can actually get, to be fair, this is actually the accurate group. You know, not recalibrating, so I didn't know where my point of impact was, but that's the actual group. These group really well. Normally I get similar to this but slightly bigger. So, but that's only out of one gun. Whereas the original versions of these that were heavier, I believe these are 8.44, even though there's no information on them. And since they're new, they still have the old information on the site. But I believe these are 844 JSB RSs, bottom barrel, you know, all different head sizes, and it's noticeable. So you'd want to sort them, but you'd get good quality pellets from there. They're fairly clean too. But again, these only shoot well out of my Crosman. Whereas these, all the variations of this, including the old round nose that they replaced, all shot like this or better. All the way out to 68 yards, I could nail my targets, and they'd still go through steel. Not like, I'm not talking like steel targets, but like malleable steel, like they, or maybe it's probably aluminum or something like that, but thick metal. I have a bunch of metal that I pulled out of recycling that I was shooting, like window brackets and stuff like that. So anyway, so at 68 yards, these are still lethal. All of the heavier versions of these. So anyway, these are sleeper pellets. These are probably going to be the only ones I order since they replaced the round nose with these. But yeah, excellent. Dirty little girls. There's that group again. And again, these would normally do a group like this. I know it's not the actual group, but, you know, anyway. And again, these, all of these, I can actually tighten these groups up quite a bit. Like these, I can get probably close to that. These are actually that, but I can get fairly close to that. And these I can, if I try, I can just pile them, stack them. So, like I said, this was all real quick freehand. Just wanted to kind of get a base example of, you know, casual shooting, what these would do. At least in the Crosman Summit Ranger NP2. And yes, it's the Crosman, it's not the Benjamin. In fact, if I have enough time real quick, I'll bring it over just so you can see. So as you can see, the Crosman does not have a baffling. It's really not that loud though. It is, in my opinion, backyard friendly. But I guess if you're in like a really tight, close housing community in like a suburb, it may not be great. I mean, it does get about 23, between 21 and 23 average, depending on the pellets, foot-pounds. So it's got some spank. But yeah, so let's see if we can get kind of maybe the full view. I don't know. There we go. So yeah, that's the Summit Ranger NP2. Great little gun. The only thing really is, of course, gotta retighten these or thread lock them and retighten this. What I did was a temporary thing. I put some like a Newtonian fluid, like putty type stuff in there, and that helps absorb right where it connects, and then it absorbs most of the shock, and then I don't really have to worry about it. Anyway, it looks like I'm running out of time, so that's the gun.